Howdy y'all, this is Clouds. Today I wanted to talk about some of the items on my wish list for Battlefield 1. These requests are only ones that I think are relatively simple and realistically doable. So no stuff like please make all DLC maps free or DICE please give mods, because as much as I'd like to get that stuff, I don't ever see that happening. First, an improved loadout menu both in the main menu and the deploy screen while in game. Editing your loadout in the main menu was actually an option that was in Battlefield 3, but it was taken out for Battlefield 4. So for a console player, you've only got two choices in Battlefield 4. You can either use Battlelog to edit your loadout, which isn't the greatest option because not everyone has a computer or phone nearby while playing, or you can do what I do and load into either the test range or an empty server, change your kit there, and then back out and go find another server to play on. Another thing that Battlefield 3 did better was you were able to change all your weapons and equipment on the deploy screen while in a game. Battlefield 4 lets you select the category which you want to change in the deploy screen, but you have to enter another screen to actually change your weapons and equipment. Giving us the Battlefield 3 version where we can change our kit in one screen, I think that'd be a great change. It's a small change, I know it's a little thing, but I think it would make Battlefield 1 a much more enjoyable experience for console players. Okay, second item on my wish list. This is just general server stuff. I would like to see a revamped server browser, more robust options for server renters on console, and a better integration of DLC maps with vanilla maps. So in Battlefield 4, console players have the option to rent a server and completely customize the settings to their liking. Strangely enough though, if you play on console, you will notice that most rented servers run a selection of maps exactly like official EA and DICE servers. Which you might be thinking, it's a little weird, why would someone pay to have a server that's essentially the same as just a regular EA server? Well, that's because changing almost any setting from player count to map selection, it makes the server a ranked server instead of an official server. And ranked servers very rarely get populated because quick match players only get sent to official servers. Now, there is a small option. If you're in quick match, you can select to go to ranked servers instead of official, but it's at default it is at official servers, and if someone's using quick match, I highly doubt they're going to go through the effort of switching to look for ranked instead of official servers. So you're left with a situation where most server renters just run some vanilla preset to keep their server populated, which sort of defeats the purpose of renting a server. I really believe the quick match option should either be changed to put players into both official and ranked servers, or removed completely. If a player doesn't want to be put into like a 500% team deathmatch server, they should learn to use the browser and then select official servers only. And server renters on consoles should get more options, similar to what server owners on the PC get. For instance, let server renters enable a ping kicker to remove high ping players from their server. And let's say they want to run a knife only server or a pistol only server, let them enable that as an option rather than having to sit in the server manually kicking and banning players who use weapons against the server rules. I gotta be honest, in all my time playing on console, I've only encountered one server that was, knife only or pistol only that actually worked. 99% of the time, since people can just equip, any weapon they want, they're gonna break the rules. So knife only and pistol only servers don't often work on console because of that. Options like the ones I just mentioned in this hypothetical scenario would make the server ranked rather than official, but one option that shouldn't demote a server from official to ranked status is DLC maps. Please let server renters mix vanilla maps with DLC maps while also staying listed as an official server. That would be so dandy. Okay, next item on my list, aim assist. I think aim assist should be kept in the game, but you should either take out or lessen the effect of snap aim assist, aka auto rotation aim assist. I know a lot of players on the console want aim assist removed completely, but I believe that it's sort of a necessary evil in a console FPS game. The two joysticks on a controller, they're just too imprecise to effectively aim without any assist whatsoever, so some slight form of aim assist I think is always needed. But the aim assist in Battlefield 4, that is the snap aim assist, it's too strong. It doesn't completely remove the skill gap. You still will see players who do poorly and others who do well, even though they both have the snap aim assist enabled. But in CQB, it often turns heads-up gunfights into a game of who can press L1 first. I would either like to see the snap aim assist nerfed or removed. Interestingly, looking at the feedback regarding aim assist in Battlefield 4, I often see people bring up the aim assist in Battlefield 3, and people will sometimes say, hey, BF3, it didn't have the snap aim assist. But if you go back to Battlefield 3, it actually does have snap aim assist. It's just not as strong as in Battlefield 4, so it's not as noticeable. So I think a good option would be, at the least, make snap aim assist less strong, sort of like what we had in Battlefield 3, or completely remove it, maybe. Next up, give us a multiplayer tutorial and make it mandatory. It doesn't have to be some complicated full multiplayer breakdown with some voice actor telling you what to do. It could simply be just you in an empty map, sort of like the test range, but with text tutorials telling you the basics of how to play each kit, how to play certain game modes, and the overall basics of the game. Battlefield 4 did have simple game mode tutorials that players could watch in the main menu, but I think having a tutorial with the player actually spawned into a real map would better teach players how to play the game. Now I know forcing people into a mandatory tutorial might sound annoying to veteran players, but if you keep it relatively short and then maybe give players a reward like some special battle pack for completing it, I think people would be, okay with a tutorial, and I think it would help quite a lot for the new players. Okay, last thing on my list, and this is the big one. Team play. Now, improving team play is going to take a lot of small and big changes, but here are some small changes I think would help. Encourage team play by removing kill-death ratio from objective game modes on the scoreboard. It makes sense in Team Deathmatch, but for most of the other game modes, I guess it would kind of make sense in Defuse. I don't even know if that's coming back in Battlefield 1. But for most objective game modes, having KDR in the scoreboard, it doesn't make sense. You should still be able to see your own KD in another screen, but it would not be on the scoreboard for all players to see. I think this gameplay is a good example of how KD often doesn't mean much in an objective game. I go 17-2, but only because I was sniping far back and playing like a dick. And then, people see me on the scoreboard and like, wow, that guy went 17-2. He must have been really helping his team, but not really. Also, change the scoring to better encourage people to go for the objectives. In Battlefield 4, a lot of the time, playing the objective gets you very little score. For instance, in Domination, capturing a flag is worth 25 points, while getting a kill is worth 100 points. why bother going for a flag in domination if you can just get 1 kill and that's worth 4 flag caps? Now, Dice LA worked with this some by giving more points for conquest flag captures. They also doubled the points you get for a conquest or rush winner ribbon, which, you know, if you want to rank up and get some high score, you got to go for the win. And they also took away the marksman bonus points. So even when people snipe, they're not getting like 300, 500, 1,000 bonus points. But more work still needs to be done. One other thing that could be done is something like I saw in the Overwatch beta, where it gives you tips on your team's loadouts. In Battlefield 1, this could be a feature that would, for example, tell you your team has too many close range weapons or not enough medics. It shouldn't force you to play certain kits, but it should just remind you, like just slightly nudge you and be like, hey, your team doesn't need another sniper because you already have 12 snipers spawned in. Maybe choose a different kit, you know? Okay, those were my 5 simple and realistic requests for Battlefield 1. If there's something you'd like to see in the game that could be realistically done, let me know. I'd be interested to hear if there's something big that I missed. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.